Hey folks, thanks a lot for tuning in to this video. As you can see, I got a lot of parts behind me. I was actually going into a catalog, this catalog, to be more exact. It's an older catalog, but it's Max. All these parts are for my Ford. I got a 55 Ford, and you all know I got that 57 Ford Fairlane 500 Club Sedan. I was looking through this, and that actual distributor, Max, got bought out because they went out of business, if some of you know, by another company. So I bought from that catalog, and I was told that a lot of everything was made in USA by the representative that I talked to. I got some drums. I got two drums. One was actually damaged in the shipping process. It's a big bummer because it seems like a lot of everybody shipping everything can't really have any respect somewhere along the line, and I get a broken part. And so now I got to ship it back, and I got to wait for the other drum to come in. But this one that I got here, I'll just open up and show you folks what I got. So this is my new drum, and they got the other one on the side. I want to put new drums on both of the sides. It says your max limit, and it tells you it's USA made. It's a lot better than the drums that I got on right now, because obviously someone really didn't take care of the vehicle that I had. So there's that. It looks pretty good. I'm going to be putting it on the car, so let's hope it fits, and there's no gimmicks about that. So what you can see here is I got a grease packer, universal bearing packer for grease. So you put your bearings in between, and you got your grease gun, put it on the zerk here, or the little nipple, and you put some grease into it, and it pushes out the old grease. I got it separated to show you folks as well that, like I said, I ordered from this catalog here, and a lot of these Max parts were known to be American made. So as you can see, all this right here, all of this is all actual Chinese made. These are my my brake shoes themselves. So these are made by Centric Parts, and it's made in China. You can see right there, China. So I got a whole set of these. I messed up and got more than I needed. So funny. But those are China. I was told they're all USA. These are my outer race bearings and inner. So I ordered too many of those as well. These are my grease caps. These are the grease seals. This is the wheel cylinder. This is made in China. This is the hose clamps. Those are made in Taiwan. This right here is the brake master outlet fitting, and this is made in Taiwan. And then this right here is my my master cylinder push rod bushing. That's made in China. And if you folks are wondering about getting these brake cylinders, the master cylinders that they come in, they charge you for a cap. And I got another cap as well. That one's made in USA, but it comes with a boot. But again, it's made in China. And being brakes, you want to get good quality stuff. And I just don't trust Chinese made stuff because of many reasons. It doesn't last. I've had many Chinese things, not just pointing to stuff at Walmart or anything, but just auto part wise. I had a lot of Chinese made stuff and it failed on me. It failed on the El Camino. It failed on the 55 Ford. and I just don't want it to fail again, because being brakes, it's very important, folks. So I just wanted you folks to see that I got parts, getting ready to do a pretty big brake job so I can have good brakes, as you see, and just diving into it and learning a lot more so that I'm getting ready to actually tackle the 57 Ford. I know it's been a long time coming, and thanks a lot, folks, for staying tuned, and I appreciate it a lot. As I told you years ago, my restoration was under the way, and hey, it is. So I appreciate it a lot. These are the parts that I got for the 55 Ford. These parts over here are American made, and it's important stuff. So this is a master cylinder filler cap gasket that's made in USA. This right here is the master cylinder outlet bolt fitting right here, made in USA. Another gasket that's made in USA for the grease baffle gasket. You got both of the excuse me, I'm sorry, the copper O-rings. Losing words sometimes, folks. And then this right here is another the brake cylinder fill cap. It's made in USA, and I'll take it all apart. So there it is. Tells you use .3 brake fluid, USA, Wagner. And that's another thing I want to touch on. This is Wagner made in USA. Not assembled in USA, made in USA, okay? This is Wagner. That's made in China, okay? You got this another part. This is O-Tech or C-Tech or whatever it is. O-Tech. And as you can see that, just be aware of that, folks, right there. And be aware of the brakes, shoes from here. And I got grease and everything. I got my my wheel studs right here. I need to replace the ones on the 57 as well. So it's all a good learning process right here. But as you can see, basically half of the parts that I ordered off of Max are Chinese made. These shoes aren't cheap. Master cylinder isn't cheap. All these parts ain't cheap. And I basically got a good majority of it that isn't American made like I was told. So I'm making this video just to show you folks again. I got parts going on to the 55 Ford. But unfortunately, a lot of the parts are Chinese made, and some of you might say, "Oh, well, don't throw them on." Well, if you don't already know, I actually drive the 55 Ford daily, and it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice driving the classic car daily, so it doesn't trouble me driving it daily. And because I do so, I gotta have these parts, right? And just the wait time to have them shipped here to my house and then have them shipped back out because they're Chinese made, and then to go look for some more exact parts like these, it's going to be a big time gap for me to actually be driving my 55. So it's disappointing. And again, like I said, I was told by this catalog, by the representative that I spoke to for Max that's actually bought out by Eklers, I was told that these parts were made in USA. And as you can see in my invoice too, it still says Max, okay? But it's not Max. It's Eklers. So it's spelled E-C-K-L-E-R. Eklers. And I guess they bought out Max. So this is all new to me today that I learned. I had to call them back because I had a broken part. I'm just trying to make this video as well so you folks can understand that. Just be aware. Try to call the best you can. It's kind of hard when you call for parts and their system says it's made in USA, but you get a lot of it, and it's not. It hurts our country when people just don't want to look into it. Like again, I keep saying that I asked if this was made in USA. I asked plenty of times, and they assured me yes, and their system said yes. But when I got it, and I called them back, explaining to them they got a lot of parts that are Chinese made, and I didn't like it because it's taking jobs out of our country. A lot of you folks that have older rods, you don't want Chinese made stuff because we all know that it's not good quality. It's a short-term gain, but a long-term loss. Essentially a big long-term loss for all of us. Okay, so that's what I want you to know. I don't want to go off too much on politics or whatnot. I care about my working neighbor that once upon a time made this, and hey, I'm sorry that, you know, they dished you out and they're not making this anymore, but assured you enough that I will be swapping out these parts. So I'm going to have to do another brake job, but I will be swapping out these parts. And trying to show you folks just basically maybe about 75% down the middle, because I bought these shoes and I bought all these parts, and both of my drums are proudly made in USA. If you can see that right there. Proudly. It doesn't say just made in USA. It says proudly made in USA. Okay? And it's pretty good looking quality. I spend the money. I spend the money for the good quality that a lot of you folks out there are making for us. So I'll thank you. All of you folks out there making USA made stuff. I appreciate it. And a lot of you folks that are outsourcing, you got to bring your jobs back. We need it here in America. This country needs it. So I'll end the video on that. Thanks a lot for tuning in. And again, I'm going to be getting these parts on the 55. I'm excited to actually have the brakes working a lot better than they've been working. So, yeah, that's about it. Stay tuned. A lot of stuff is getting under his way. Take care.